Good morning, everyone, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm Alvin, your voice here on Green Ground, and today the world feels like it's spinning just a little faster than usual. From South America to Europe, from icy northern ambitions to seismic shifts in the Pacific, the headlines are colliding into one another, forming a picture that's as unsettling as it is revealing. Let's take a breath, settle in, and walk through it together. We begin in Venezuela, where shockwaves are still rippling outward. In an operation that feels torn straight from a geopolitical thriller, U.S. forces moved decisively into Caracas, capturing President Nicolas Maduro and transferring him to New York to face charges tied to narco-terrorism and corruption. President Trump has framed the move as a necessary intervention, claiming the United States will temporarily oversee stabilization efforts, rebuild critical oil infrastructure, and eventually hand control back to local leadership. Critics, however, are calling it a flagrant violation of international law, with voices at the United Nations warning that sovereignty itself is being rewritten in real time. Explosions in the night, aircraft filling the skies, civilians caught in the middle. This is one of those moments that redraws the map of acceptable power, whether the world likes it or not. And Trump's gaze doesn't stop there. Once again, Greenland has entered the conversation. Renewed talk of U.S. control has triggered firm responses from Europe, with France and Denmark making it clear that the island's sovereignty is not up for negotiation. What sounds absurd on the surface reveals something deeper. Resources, positioning, and influence still matter profoundly, even in an age that pretends borders are obsolete. Across the Pacific, tensions continue to stack. China has tightened export restrictions on dual-use goods to Japan, adding strain to an already delicate regional balance. Japan, meanwhile, was shaken by a powerful earthquake in its western regions, a reminder that geopolitical instability often shares the stage with nature's own volatility. In contrast, parts of Southeast Asia are pushing forward with ambition. Indonesia racing to connect remote regions through massive infrastructure projects, new energy discoveries promising growth, and governments betting on self-reliance in an increasingly fragmented global economy. Europe, too, is holding its breath. A devastating fire at a Swiss ski resort cast a shadow over New Year celebrations, while the war in Ukraine grinds on, with fresh movements on the ground and renewed pledges of support from Western allies. Loss, resolve, and uncertainty coexist side by side. What ties all of this together is interdependence. A decision in Caracas reverberates through energy markets. A policy shift in Beijing reshapes supply chains. A tragedy in the Alps reminds us how fragile the human layer beneath global power struggles really is. If this overview sparked questions or challenged your assumptions, take a moment to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Green Ground for daily perspective beyond the noise. More context and sources are waiting in the description. I'm Alvin, and until next time, stay informed, stay critical, and stay curious.